Welcome back to the channel, Patreon family, subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing great. We're diving into Lighter in this video. If you missed my call on Lighter, my alpha on Lighter at that $1.90 level, now is the time to pay attention here because my thesis has not changed. Nothing has changed in my thesis. I still think the upside here is underrated and people aren't paying attention because it's a bigger market cap coin. They don't want to be patient. But I personally prefer sized bets, right? And I was saying in previous videos, I think you could size into Lighter because it's a bigger market cap. You could take a bit more risk because it's a bigger market cap. I was right. So if you were paying attention when I was speaking about it, because I spoke about it so many times on the channel. So we're going to dive into it now where it's at. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, and this is all entertainment purposes only. So when I was speaking about Lighter at the time, it was sitting at that $1.90 level for a good month or two, right? More than enough time for you to accumulate and again size in because the project is a bigger market cap. And with that, if you were paying attention, if you were just dialed into the channel, you became a Patreon family member, you'd have got a 3x move from this June, from the time frame of the end of May to June. You would have got a 3x move going into July, which is great. A 3x move in these market conditions is great. Even if you just tossed in $100, a 3x move makes you $300, right? And then you could de-risk your initial with some profits and leaving the rest in the coin for further upside. The Patreon is only $5 a month, so just like that, if you're paying attention, you could pay the Patreon or be a part of the Patreon for 10 months, a year, right? But I don't think Lighter is done here. I personally don't think it's done here. I think where it's at right now is it's giving you another opportunity to DCA, to buy into a project at a discount, $2.24 from our mention. If you would just say $1, that's 2.2x up from that $1 mention. Obviously, we are talking about the exact bottom. That's 2.4x, I should say, if you were talking about the exact bottom. But even where it's at right now at 224, yes, you may have missed that $1.90 entry. 224 and this little pullback that it has, in my opinion, is great because guess what? You could start a dollar cost average in here. Start at dollar cost average. Don't buy your entire bag in one go because it could drop a bit lower. You never know if it comes back to 175, 160 before it starts making a move back up again, right? Let me move this over so I could draw that. Before it starts making a move back up again, you never know, right? But you could start a DCA into Lighter here at 224 because that is a discount for the overall upside you could potentially get from this project, right? I think this project could see, again, $5 to $10, maybe even $15 to $20 in the future, which is still a 5x to 10x move from here, where it's at right now. I think that is possible. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this project. I think one thing that really stood out for Lighter and changed the game for it is their integration into Robinhood chain. Because now that it's in Robinhood chain, people that are trading on Robinhood, people that trade stocks, could instantly use Robinhood and Lighter, that integration, to trade stocks with leverage now. So they don't have to even leave Robinhood. They could do it through Robinhood on Robinhood chain. So that way they don't even have to leave the app. They don't have to learn about decentralized exchanges. They don't have to learn about, hardware wallets or, Web3 wallets. They don't have to learn about MetaMask, Phantom, Base app. They don't need to learn any of that stuff. They could just instantly go from Robinhood to trading leverage on stocks with the Robinhood chain integration. As we could see here, SPY is now live collateral on Lighter on the Robinhood chain. Trade with one of the world's most widely held assets backing your positions as collateral. And obviously they said they're going to add more stock tokens as collateral coming soon. The SPY, right? One of the biggest assets, the SPY, one of the biggest assets in human history, you could use as collateral in Lighter. Bullish because of that integration into Robinhood chain. Bullish, right? Here we have the flywheel of Lighter right before our eyes playing out as well. Today we will be burning 15.5 million lit, which is the amount of tokens programmatically bought back through the end of Q2 2026. So they're still doing buyback and burns as well. We will first post the Ethereum transaction hash once completed. And another thing that is going for Lighter that a lot of people are sleeping on is that it could be one of the reasons why Ethereum finally gets some type of use case again, and the mainnet of Ethereum, not the layer 2s, but the mainnet, the main network of Ethereum starts to get volume flows again. And with that, you're going to see a successful Ethereum. And because Lighter, as you can see, this is the Ethereum contract right here in front of us with that Ethereum symbol. With the success of Ethereum, Lighter will also get success, because guess what? Lighter is paired to Ethereum. You think Ethereum going to 5 to 10K from here will not impact the liquidity pair of Lighter to push up the price much higher? Of course it will. I've seen it time and time again, right? But again, nothing is guaranteed, so manage your risk. But I've seen it time and time again. And this is why I think this project is going to be a great size play. You could risk more here because it's a bigger market cap project, but you're still able to get multiples, right? Focus on profits, focus on wins in this space. Not trying to get rich instantly. Just focus on winning. One win at a time is going to take you farther than any other trading strategy, in my opinion. Okay, so I think, like I said, you could still see a 5x to 10x out of Lighter from here. Maybe it continues up. Maybe I was a bit bearish. Maybe it continues up from here. But now at 224 is a good time to dollar cost average into lit. And 224 now is a good time to start the DCA because it could drop lower. Or if it does continue to move up here, you enter at 224. It goes to $5 to $10 to $15. You make some gains. You make some ROI, return on investment. And that is what's the goal for the crypto space, to make ROI. Okay. And my goal is to guide you guys to be as successful as possible, because when you win, I win. That's my flywheel. So more than enough bullish sentiment here for lit. I think, like I said, it's going to continue to crush it. It has been continuing to crush it. It's one of the only coins that is bullish when the overall market is bearish. It is showing strength when the overall market is weak. And that's the type of altcoin you should pay attention to, in my opinion. This is the type of altcoin you keep eyes on. You have some exposure to, even some exposure, so you could make some money. Even if you're just tossing a couple $100 and you get up to $600 to $800 with the $200, you made some money. And that should be the goal. If you found value in the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join the Patreon family. It's the first link in the description of this video and any other video you click on. Let's go to a video to the channel. Let's go to a video. First link right here, Patreon. Boom. Can't miss it. 104 members in the Patreon as we speak, and that number continues to grow because I'm doing my best to provide value. One of the recent Patreon members made thousands of dollars in profits on a call that I shared in the DGen chat of the private Discord. And it's only $5 a month to join, guys. But you have to be quick because limited spots are available. Only 47 spots are available or are left for the $5 tier. And once those spots are filled, it will increase to $10 per month. The early bird gets the worm. You get early access to all the alpha exclusive content before anyone else, and the private Discord where other people in the community are sharing their insights on different projects, so we all could achieve our goals in this space, right? And again, shout out to everyone that is supporting on the Patreon. Shout out to all of you that are subscribed to the channel. It really helps out, guys. I can't thank you enough, and I'll be doing my best with your help to take over, man, to crush it and achieve our goals financially, guys. So as always, thank you. Remember to give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God for everything. Without him we are nothing. I'll catch you in the next one.